It's a current genetic year, and podcast hosts Chris, JL, and Sabrina are traveling in a spaceship borrowed from Elon Musk through an anomaly in space in search of their missing fourth host, Laura. They are traveling between different versions of Earth, inspired by pop culture beamed through radio, TV, and internet waves from the original home planet Earth, now dubbed Earth X. To help them on their journey, the ship is equipped with 3 AIs. A navigation AI voiced by Sylvester Stallone, a maintenance AI voiced by Christopher Walken, and a kitchen AI voiced by Brooder. Sounds complicated? Sounds convoluted? Sounds awesome? It all slightly is. Join them on their journey as they learn pop culture history, both true and made up. It's Podcast 42.
Now launching podcast simulation. Loading podcast holodeck in
3, 2, 1.
All right, we're in the Holodeck podcast room. It is podcast 42. I am Christopher DeVos.
I'm Sabrina Pierre.
JL Tros.
And we just got done recording our first episode where we get in our spaceship and we launch it off into the anomaly to go find Laura. And we'll see what happens from there.
We're on the, Spaceship of Love or whatever like that.
Are we on the Spaceship of Love?
What was the Mystery Science Theater one?
I don't know. There's been so many versions of Mystery Science Theater.
I love that show.
But we're definitely on the Spaceship of Love because I misspelled simulate in one of the... Hold on.
I got to stimulate myself.
Yeah, so it
with
was stimulate. So, and Sabrina really wanted to stimulate instead of simulate.
Right.
Then it wouldn't have made any sense.
Yeah, she did.
But let's open up the beer cooler.
JL Beer Cooler, it's cooler than you think. JL Beer Cooler, it's cool enough to drink. It's cool enough to drink, yeah.
All right, JL, what's in the beer cooler?
Oh, what is in the beer cooler? It is from Mispillion River Brewing, Threat Level Purple. It's an Imperial IPA with an ABV of 11%.
Wow, oh my God, seriously?
Yes, do you not read this before?
No, I don't read those. That's not my job, that's your job.
I do everything around here. I pilot the ship. I write the script.
Wait
Correct
a minute.
Chris's typos. Oh, the Satellite of Love. That's what it was called.
What?
The ship in Mystery Science Theater.
Oh, Satellite Love, okay.
Satellite of Love.
What's the second beer?
Sometimes you don't.
Sometimes you shouldn't.
From White Elm Brewing Company. It's a milk stout made with coconut, cacao nibs, and milk chocolate.
All right, well,
That is an 8% ABV.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's do Threat Level Purple first. Sabrina?
It was better than the other beer, but it's still a 1.
Oh my God.
It's only because...
Well, Chad from the Perfect Package Podcast sent this to us, and he did message me that we would hate it.
That's the first time Sabrina's gone right into it.
Yeah. Being in space makes her a whole new woman. She's stimulating herself in the corner. She doesn't care who's watching.
Now
She's stimulated. She's direct.
I'm direct. That's right.
I didn't mind this. It's not as bad as I was told it was going to be. It's probably not something I would normally pick, but I'll give it a 2. It the finish is quick. Let me double check that.
It's not that quick. I still have a lot.
No, the finish is quick. It's a fruity, kind of a fruity, not fruity taste. It's interesting, but it's not as bad as I was led it to believe. Beermaster, he's taking a sip. He's swishing it. He's spitting it into a spittoon. He's jumping in the river.
It's okay. It's not terrible. It's got a decent finish to it.
That's what I was saying.
The flavor's okay to it. It kind of reminds me of a purple haze in a way from Abita, but not as tasty. It's like it's
not as good.
This one's got like a drier malty finish to it. It's all right. I'll give it a 3.
Yep, there you go. Not so bad.
No, not terrible. Which means on the Untapped app, I'm giving it a 2.5 because they only go to 5.
So this other one, the Cocoa White Elm, whatever it was, this is terrible.
Yeah, it is. It's not good. It's not as bad as the coconut cream pie one, but it's close.
It tastes like melted chocolate. It smells of chocolate. The finish will stay with you for 3 weeks. Yeah, this is a 1 for me. I would not drink this one at all.
It's not even that it smells of melted chocolate. It smells of like those color pens that have the smell of chocolate, or like the scratch and sniff sticker chocolates.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
Well, if you've ever had straight up cacao without the sugar, like it was meant to be eaten, it's nasty. Like they say back in the day when they were harvesting it, it was like a super treat back then, and we grow up with all the sugar and all the additives in it, but the straight up cacao is not. It's not good. You can't go backwards on it. So, and that's definitely the taste here. It is pure,
awful,
unsugared cacao. So, what are you rating it, Sabrina?
It's a 1 because you won't let me give it any less than that.
Well, if you open the can, it's an automatic 1.
Not if I don't finish it.
That's true.
See?
But it's jail rules. You have to argue with.
What
them.
if I didn't open the can? Because I'm just saying, I kind of didn't open the can.
All right. Well, who bought this beer? Who brought it into the house?
I'm sorry, it was really bad decision.
Which means you now have to give it a 1 at least.
Damn it, it's a 1 because they won't let me give it any less than that.
All right, Beer Master.
Sometimes you like beer, and guess what? Sometimes you don't. And guess what? This one, I don't. It's a 1.
Wow.
It is not good. I'm getting like full-on cacao with a coconut aftertaste. It totally makes you go... And it's just, overall, I'm not a fan of this beer. And this is one of the newer ones that we got, so it's not like it's been sitting in the beer cooler forever.
No.
So, no, this is not a winner, this one. I'll take threat level purple over that anytime.
Yep.
Sabrina's saying yeah, and she rated both the same, all right? So let's just be...
But which one did I actually drink more of?
I didn't give you as much of the threat level purple.
It's because we're rating these beers.
Yeah.
It's the Mispillion River Curse.
It is the curse.
I probably should have recorded your response to the beers, but I didn't.
All right, well, if you didn't catch the original announcement, we have tweaked the format a little bit. So going forward, that's if you listen to the origin story, that's more of what you could expect. But we got some, let's talk some Elon Musk, kind of do an after show to the original show. So recently, Elon Musk has passed Jeff Bezos as being the richest man on the planet, which is pretty cool. I think I would want to work for Elon Musk. He seems like a real fun guy to work for. I worked for Jeff Bezos. He wasn't a fun guy to work for.
No, I can't imagine that.
Why do you sound like your normal PR person as you say that? Fascist. Nobody said anything about fascist. That's all I hear with that.
That's because I have to do PR
one of your two voices.
I have to do PR for Jeff Bezos.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, and he didn't like my Christopher Walken. So I don't understand. Yeah.
Oh, did we already finish the rankings on the beer?
Yeah. Did you rate it?
Yeah, I gave it a 1.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah, I think that was the lowest rated beer ever for us.
It's definitely up there.
It's up there with the what is it? Clown shoes.
Yeah. Ooh, Clown Shoes has got a new one that they're doing. And I actually really want to get it. It's like a bourbon-style IPA.
That sounds good.
It does. And then I remembered it's Clown Shoes. So I got scared. But I'm going to try and get it because it's a limited release.
Well, the can will be nice.
I'm sure it will be.
What's some other Elon Musk facts do we have?
He named his son.
Do we want to? Yeah, he did. That's on here.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Can you pronounce it?
Not the first name he gave the kid.
No, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, because it's like XAA12.
Yeah, I think he just calls him X, though, doesn't he?
Yeah.
His kid's name is Eczema.
X.
Well, X is his first name, and then AEAXII as a middle name.
Do you think his side effects are diarrhea, nausea?
I don't know. All I thought though was like when I heard EI, I wanted to go uh-oh. And I'm like, where is Nelly?
Yeah.
Back on Earth X. Uh-oh.
Oh, Mama Ia. Yeah. Yeah, so he's got like 7 kids though.
Yeah, I didn't know he had 7 kids. I thought he just had the one.
No, he has like I want to say like 4 or 5 with his like first wife.
Only one that he named.
Yeah. And then I was gonna say the child X is with his now partner, Canadian singer Grimes.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know. She's Canadian. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, what? So because she's Canadian, you're not supposed to know who she is?
Don't act like you're Canadian just
I am.
because you're from upstate New York.
I'm not from upstate New York. I'm from Western New York. There's a difference.
Upstate Western New York.
Western New York.
You say Grimes, and I think of Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead.
Which is fair. I mean,
Yeah, Elon
who I
Musk
thought,
is
too.
with Rick
She-
Grimes.
yeah.
She wanted to name the kid, "Stay in the house, Coral."
Yeah.
Coral. Coral.
He's British. You got to give him.
I don't care. It's still funny every time.
All those actors are British except for Norman Reedus.
Yes, everybody's British but Norman Reedus. It's the new show on AMC, actually. It's right after Riding with Norman Reedus.
Everybody's British but
Norman Reedus.
We gave the American the least amount of lines ever. And everyone else has to try to get an American accent out.
Well, yeah, it's one of my favorite things to make jokes about is like, we always hire all the British actors and it's like, here, we got to make you struggle with like trying to do like awful American accents. It's like, where are they from in America? Well, they're from Alabama, but really they're more from Mississippi. But at the end of the day, we want you to sound like you're from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Okay, but every band, all the rock bands, they all try and sound like they're from the UK. Like, it's like, all right, every singer's got to have like a bad British accent.
When Green Day first broke popular, I thought they were from the UK.
Nope.
No.
Ozzy sounds perfectly fine when he sings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're from America, ask the Ramones. You got to throw in that little British accent as you're singing.
Longview, when Longview first hit radio airplay, I'm like, oh, another band from Britain,
Yeah.
from England. So, I was watching Starship Troopers the other day.
I love that movie.
Father
right
Gabriel's
now.
in it from Walking Dead.
Who?
Father Gabriel on Walking
Is
Dead.
he really?
He's in Starship Troopers. Yeah. He's really young, like super young.
I'm sure. But so is Jake Busey in that.
Yeah. And super thin.
Did you see Gary Busey has a new show?
No, I would watch it though.
Gary Busey has a new show on Amazon Prime where he's like a judge and it's like Peck Court with Gary Busey or something
dear
like
Lord.
that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's something stupid, but I was going through Amazon Prime looking for an awful movie to watch, and Maximum Overdrive won. So, but right next to it was like Gary Busey's new show, and I went, ooh, do I watch that, Velocipaster, Llamageddon, or Maximum Overdrive?
Oh, I would have gone with Llamageddon.
I know, it was tough, though. An alien llama that, like,
Yeah.
I feel like I missed my calling with some of these movies.
Yeah, totally.
What's another Elon Musk
Yeah.
fact?
He has 3 citizenships. South Africa, Canada, and U.S.
See, everybody goes to Canada.
Yeah. Well, that's because
Canada.
his
CA,
yeah.
DA.
Yeah, his father was South African and his mother was Canadian, so he was able to get like the dual citizenship there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then he came to the U.S. in 2002.
Did you know his mother was also a hamster and his father smelled like elderberries?
I have a dual citizenship.
Yeah.
Yeah, my father's from Ohio, my mother's from South Carolina.
There we go.
He had to get it because of South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have a lot of viewers in South Carolina before I start making bad jokes?
I don't know.
Not anymore.
I don't do the breakdown by state thing. I just do the total.
Oh, good, because I really do pick on all states equally when given the chance. It's just that it's really hard to make Iowa jokes.
Why?
Or Idaho.
Idaho. Idaho.
Yeah, I know. You just turned into like 10-year-old again. And I just make those ones.
Yeah. Let's see. So he's the founder, CEO, and CTO and chief designer of SpaceX, an early investor, CEO, and product architect of Tesla. He founded the Boring Company.
What? Is that a real name?
It's an actual name, and what it is
they sold the flamethrowers.
Oh, that's for the flamethrowers.
Yes,
Yeah.
because he's a big fan of Mel Brooks, so it's from Spaceballs, is what inspired that. He's a co-founder of Neuralink and a co-founder and initial co-chairman of OpenAI, which OpenAI is his, it's basically a kind of a platform to go and make artificial intelligence available for everyone. So he doesn't think that companies should be completely making money off of artificial intelligence, which is really ironic.
Yeah.
But he started that up and then he had to back out just because he didn't want to have issues with Tesla and stuff like that.
Well, Alanis.
I know.
You know, you can make your Tesla fart.
No.
Yeah.
I know I can make Alexa fart.
When I found out you can make the Tesla fart, I don't want a Jeep anymore. I want a Tesla.
Yeah.
I've been saying that to you for forever.
What, that Tesla's fart?
No, just to get a Tesla.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that it parks itself or it can come pick you up was really cool. But now that you can make it fart, that just makes me want it more.
Did that blow it out of the water?
It is like a spaceship inside.
Yeah.
They're like electric. They are electric and just
Boogie, woogie, woogie.
all those things. Like, why would you not want it?
Well, if I was rich, I would get a Jeep and a Tesla.
So that way I could destroy the environment, but save it at the same time so I'm breaking even.
Or you could just get a Cybertruck.
Jeeps are environmentally friendly. They're just hard on gas.
Yeah, exactly. Chris went to the store the other day in his Jeep. It's only half a block up. He had to fill up the tank on the way back.
Yeah. It is true.
No. Let's see. As of 2019, Musk is the longest tenured CEO of any automotive manufacturer globally. And that's for Tesla. He had to step down as one faction for Tesla because he got in some trouble with his tweets about it. What is it? The teats with the tweets.
The teats.
The teats.
You got in trouble with his teats?
Sorry, I was thinking about stimulating myself.
Was he squeezing them in public?
Yeah. But no,
you gotta stimulate the teeth.
That's right. But in September 2018, he was sued by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission for his tweet about claiming funding had been secured for potentially taking Tesla off the open market to make it private. But he settled that out of court, and then he had to agree. The agreement included a list of topics that Musk would never he would need to have pre-clearance before tweeting about them ever again. So he has to go to the SEC and be like, "Can I tweet about this?"
Wow. Maybe they should have done that with Trump.
I think just banning him for life is probably better. Yeah.
He's got a ghostwriter now. But you don't realize it because everything is written grammatically correct.
It's weird because his ghostwriter works from the sky.
Nobody gets that joke but us.
I know, and it was a long way for not a great payoff, but I did it anyway.
But yeah, we couldn't say stimulated, but he tells a bad skywriting joke.
Yeah. Let's see.
It's actually a bad Johnny Cash joke.
So he learned.
What? Too much threat level purple going on.
half a glass. He learned computer programming using a manual, and by age 12, sold the code of a basic-based video game he created called Blaster to PC and Office Technology magazine for approximately $500.
Yeah, but who did Manuel learn the computer program from?
That's a good. This is a good.
It was manually taught.
Maybe it wasn't Manuel. Maybe it was Manuel.
It was Manuel.
Manuel.
Oh, man, okay.
Yeah, he
I remember him.
Manuel. Yes.
Si, senor.
Yeah. So at age 12, he was already like starting to make money. And then like one of his companies
Still ahead of us.
still ahead of us. I know.
I know.
He had more
Stupid
age
child labor
12,
laws.
right?
How come
Yeah.
they didn't apply to Elon Musk?
Yeah, because he was South African.
That was what I was going to say.
Yeah.
But they have them in Canada.
Yeah, so he had started making money and doing this stuff the computer programming and everything at a really young age. And then he was accepted in 1995. He was accepted to a PhD program in energy, physics, and materials science at Stanford in California. But he dropped out after 2 days.
Oh.
Instead, he decided to join the internet boom and launch an internet startup.
And still got a doctorate.
And still got a doctorate.
Yeah, I dropped out of college after 2 years, and then I laid around on my couch.
I went for
Oh.
1 semester and moved to Florida.
I actually have a BA, and yet here I am.
What's your BA in, Sabrina?
Theater.
So you don't have a BA.
Shut up. Wow. Look
I
at you.
paid a lot more to sit in this room than you guys did. I have a title.
Yeah,
I went to college during all. I went and graduated from school during all of this.
I started out as a theater major, and then I'm like, why would I spend all the money on this? Because you could just walk in and get the job sometimes.
Yeah.
But
Whatever, don't matter. I was a theater major. I will pick on Sabrina, but I was a theater major.
That's right. And who's the one with the degree?
But you can teach it.
I could.
Yeah.
What am I doing with my life now? Counting 1, 2.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes
what are you
only
talking
have
about?
to stop at 2.
I do have to stop at 2 a lot.
Yeah.
They kick out. I love wrestling.
When we saw you do the refereeing, that was my only complaint, is that little... It's like an independent wrestling circuit, and they do too much of the count to twos. Like, it's every 5 seconds we're counting to 2.
Because everybody wants to get their stuff in.
I know, but they need to space it out.
It's just how it is, man. They gotta kick out.
Yeah, but you know...
Can't count to 3 too quick, man.
You know, as soon as they go down and cover them, we're getting a 2 count. And then
Not
the second
always.
time we're getting a 2 count, and the third time we're getting a 2 count, the fourth time we're getting a 2 count, the fifth time we're getting... I could keep going to like 20.
No, there aren't that many.
Yes, there are. There's tons of them. Don't take it personally. You're not writing the script, are you?
No.
Okay, so don't take it personal. That is my only...
Although, to be fair, I
thing.
think JL had fewer counts to 2 than a lot of the other refs.
Well, I missed that match because work is stupid.
It's too bad it was a
Yeah.
good match. You can watch it on Facebook Live.
Okay. I was
It's not
impressed with the little... I
live
told you I was
anymore.
It's not
impressed
live
with the
anymore.
little independent circuit. I thought it was very
Yeah.
entertaining, and I thought the guys were very professional for the most part. Some of them were even scary, but the 2 counts were abundantly 2 counts. Tons of 2 counts.
Yeah.
All the time.
And then I was getting heckled by some guy in the crowd.
Were you?
Yeah.
Was it your buddy?
Yeah. Who told me he's only coming to the show to heckle me. And I don't care because he's paying for a ticket.
He say,
So that means I still have a job.
ref, you
right.
stink.
That's right.
That's right. Come and boo me. I don't care. That means I still have a job.
Right.
That's right. Yeah. Let's see. Another Elon Musk fact. So, 2016, he co-founded Neuralink to start up that.
I heard they're putting chips in people.
Well, and that's the thing is he's trying to integrate AI with the human brain. That's the truth.
This is how we get the Borg.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're already heading that way.
Yeah.
I don't care. But we were talking earlier in the show, all the Star Trek references.
Yeah.
This is how you get the Borg.
Well, and the thing is like he was touting it.
Resistance
that it was,
is futile.
Well, and he was touting that basically that this would help like expand memory And he was like, oh, yeah, it can help with things like Alzheimer's and like Parkinson's and things that cause tremors within the body. And all these doctors are like, no, it doesn't. And so no tests have actually been done to such extent. So he likes to talk a lot,
Yeah.
but he has no proof on these type of things.
I still want a
He's
Tesla.
my type of person.
Right?
Just run your mouth, no proof, and see who buys it.
We're gonna.
And he becomes the richest man in the world. So
We're going to get
thing.
there at some point. It's going to be where they are implanting chips. So all the people who are super afraid of getting vaccinated because they think there's chips in there, one, you're already being tracked. So you can give that up. And two,
Hello, Alexa.
While you're
Yeah.
listening to our show.
yeah. And two, it's going to happen at some point.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. Whether it's in your lifetime or the next generation's lifetime, it's going to happen.
I saw it in Demolition Man.
We're doing it in dogs. It's going to go into humans next.
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone called it like. About
Did you see the story where they
20
took
years ago.
the magic band from Disney and
Yes!
they implanted it in their arm?
Yes.
Now,
All I was
does
going to say is, can you just imagine
Oh
being the
my
guest
God.
relations person that they had to go see to be like, hey, I had issues getting into the park. And they're holding their wrist up or wherever they had it implanted.
it was in
yeah.
the it was
Because
in
if
their wrist.
anybody, if you've been to Disney and you know how the magic band thing works, is where you hold it to get into the park, they had it put in their skin and you just go,
Yeah.
this isn't working.
Yeah,
This isn't working.
there's a video of her at guest relations getting scanned.
Oh my
I
God.
can't watch that because I'll just sit there and critique it and laugh and just be like, come on.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I don't.
I mean, if you could use that thing outside of Disney, maybe, but it's really the only place you can use it.
What's that bulge in your wrist? Oh, it's so I can get into Disney. You live in Michigan.
So I want to know, did she do it herself?
That's
or like
they never say in the story.
because that's
It's the
real
new
thing.
jailhouse tattoo.
Yeah.
I was in
Yeah.
Disney jail and I had my magic band put in my
it in-
wrist.
Yeah.
They thought they could take it away from me. Joke's on them.
What's she gonna do now,
Right here.
suckers?
That's right. I'm going to Epcot. Going to drink around the world. They got to find me.
What's she gonna do when the battery runs out in there?
They only last for like 2.5 years. I think that's like,
Yeah.
and that's with consistent use.
Yeah. I mean, they do last a long time, but it's still a battery. At some point, it's going to go.
I need somebody to cut this out of me. I need to change the battery.
Maybe they just shock it like a pacemaker.
And you're good for another 2.5 years. So can you just imagine her? All right, I'm good.
Disney actually has to put on the packages of the magic bands now that the new ones they
Do
sell
not.
do not insert in body.
Oh God.
Everybody's taking back all the hot coffee jokes that they made against that woman in the 90s with the
Yeah.
McDonald's coffee. Even though McDonald's did have the coffee too hot to begin with. But
Yeah.
they're all taking back their jokes now, and it's all going to be about this woman. My favorite thing that I heard was the person who used Gorilla Glue.
Oh my
On their
gosh,
hair.
on their hair.
Yeah, I caught the
Yeah.
tail end of that story. I was on too late. What did she do? Put it
She
purposely in
ran
her
out of hair gel.
Right.
And she used Gorilla Glue instead.
Oh my God! Why?
And then her
Yeah.
hair didn't move for, what was it, like 3 weeks or something like
Yeah.
that?
Like it legit. Like she washed it and it was not.
Not
wouldn't
moving,
even
not
foam,
coming out,
nothing.
nothing.
Yeah, and like she could like knock on it. and it
Apparently,
just
she's got a lawsuit against Gorilla Glue. At this point, everybody should be going out to buy Gorilla Glue to fix stuff because
Yeah.
That's
it
what I'm
just,
saying.
it just proved it works.
yeah, it works great.
And there's stuff like, I mean, we all know there's got to be a disclaimer on there saying like, don't use it for other
Well,
like.
I'm sure there is now.
Yeah,
I'm sure there was before, but nobody read it.
if
Yeah.
you're a dumbass, please do not put this in your hair.
Yeah.
You know, like all the things that you see disclaimers
Well-
for, and you go, "Why is the writing so big?" Like, I mean, I thought it was oh, never mind.
But my understanding, like, did she do it on purpose though? Or
Yeah.
was it? See, I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if it was on purpose or
That's
if it
what
was
JL
like.
just
Yeah,
said.
it was like she ran out of hair gel, and apparently she thought the best way to do her hair was by putting Gorilla Glue in it.
I
She
just.
totally didn't expect it to last
Yeah.
and be as like painful or whatever. as long
because
as it was.
it tightened. When that stuff dries, it tightened on her scalp.
Well, that's her fault because everybody knows if you run out of hair gel, use Elmer's.
First time I heard it.
That's right.
The first time I heard it, I thought it was a joke. Like somebody was just like one of those things that they make up for, like, like The Onion making up headlines all the time. You just go, I'm like, oh, this is the joke. It's a joke.
Nope.
And it wasn't a joke. And it just made me laugh even harder.
You use Elmer's, you use the stick one.
Not as hard.
No, we use
The
Elmer's to make it look like that we're melting and stuff like that. Like, oh, my skin's coming off.
The one that looks like a roll-on. Use that one in your hair, not Gorilla Glue.
Gorilla Glue.
Duh.
Best advertising
people.
Gorilla Glue's had in forever.
Yeah.
I would use that. If I was working for Gorilla Glue, that would be my advertisement. So strong,
Wait
you
till
have
they
to go
come
to
out
the
with eye
hospital.
drops.
What?
Yeah, Gorilla Glue's going to come out with eye drops and lip balm next.
Oh, God. Can you imagine?
That's right. For those nights that you work late and you need to keep those eyes open.
Oh, my God.
All you restaurant employees, here you go.
If you didn't look cracked out before, you will now. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, so in 2019, Elon Musk actually released a rap track.
A rack track?
A rap track.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Yes.
Why would you
A rat
trap
track?
racks?
I mean, to stimulate
running
yourself
away.
later.
I couldn't hold the rock. My hands weren't big enough.
Well, use Gorilla
So
Glue.
I had to get a trap to hold the rack.
Racks. Yeah. It was called R.I.P. Harambe. You can actually find it. You can find it on SoundCloud under the name Emoji Records.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It was actually performed. It wasn't performed by him, but it was performed by Young Jake.
Oh, yeah. What about old Jake?
He wasn't into R.I.P. Harambe.
He died of Gorilla Glue overdose.
He was into gorillas, though, just like Harambe. And then
I feel like you just chose that because of all the Gorilla Glue references we were making.
maybe
Fast fact
called a
about
tie-in.
Fast fact about Gorilla Glue: no gorillas ever use it.
Really? Because I would think they couldn't keep their hands off it.
Oh, God. Dad jokes.
Hey, I'm here all night.
This is why we write the scripts and not Sabrina.
That's right. However, in 2020, in January of 2020, Musk did release an EDM track called Don't Doubt Your Vibe with You Are as the Your. And he actually did his own lyrics and vocals for that one.
Oh. If I can find it, maybe we'll play 20 seconds of it.
On SoundCloud, apparently.
Oh,
It's
okay.
way to look.
My least favorite audio service.
You can find us on there.
Not anymore.
Oh, womp womp.
Since we switched podcasting hosts, it doesn't upload it to it automatically. But it was a pain in the ass to keep that thing. And no one ever listened to us on SoundCloud, really. We get like
It's
two
like the
listens.
Karen of...
At one point, they were going out of business, so I don't know how they're still around.
Elon Musk.
Well, speaking of which, he actually encouraged the GameStop short squeeze. That happened like a few weeks ago.
I can see that.
Yeah, he's not a fan of short sales at all, so he totally was encouraging that. He doesn't like when people make money that way.
I was explained how that works, and I still don't know how it works. Like, I don't understand the borrowing and the buying at high and selling low. That doesn't compute in my brain at all. So I'm not smart enough to do any stock market stuff. I would like to.
It seems like it's called a short sale, but it seems like a long game to play.
Yeah, it's a very long game. And a lot of looking at the internet.
Well, and that's the thing, is you have to really know, like, oh, this is going down. This is...
I don't have the patience for that.
No.
No.
Neither does Elon Musk.
I invest my
apparently.
money the right way. By the way, I need that interest from your daughter's lemonade stand that they had.
That'll come to you in 2 to 3 weeks.
All right? No. I need you to come back to me in like the next few days, all right? Otherwise, I'm raising the rent.
The rent's too damn high.
That's why they're not paying.
Pay the rent. So in November of last year, the phrase "Space Karen" trended on Twitter in connection with Musk after he criticized the effectiveness of COVID-19 testing.
That's because he was upset about the whole. He was having issues with California and them making cars, so he didn't have most of the people. He was actually working the line to help manufacture the cars. So he was because it was upsetting, killing his money.
Well, he was also like, I guess he went on Twitter in like early in like March and was like, "This is all going to be gone by April." And
I heard that.
Year.
I heard that from a lot of people.
Yeah. Which is ironic because he was not and is not a Trump fan. So,
It could have been not gone, but it could have been more controlled by April if we had just done it right.
Correct. I mean, look at New Zealand.
They just shut down again.
New Zealand did?
Yeah, they had 3 cases and they shut down again.
I don't know if New Zealand's a good comparison, though. Because of those 3 cases, there's 5 people who live in New Zealand. So
I'm just stating.
And there's there's some hobbits and they don't get coronavirus.
The hobbits come out. They get the virus.
Like everyone goes, New Zealand handled it right, but New Zealand is what, like a 10th of the population we have?
Probably.
It's probably the equivalent
But they
of one
also
state.
like to listen to the people in charge, so
Yeah, I'm not saying they did it totally. I'm not saying they did it totally wrong either.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's like
apples and oranges. size-wise.
exactly. It's really different.
More like watermelons and grapes.
Let's just call it the way it was. If somebody would have just taken charge, told every state how to handle it, instead of putting each individual's state's governor in charge of how to handle it, we might be at a different place than what we are right now.
I'm not saying we did it right at all. We did it completely wrong, but I'm just saying, like you said, it's 2 completely different worlds.
There were going to be failures no matter what and how we handled it. Like, the things would have happened, but I think it could have been managed better if there was one person saying, all right, this is how we're doing it, instead of like, no, listen to this person in your state.
Yeah.
Which is why certain states have done better than others. But
like if England had the same results as New Zealand, then I could say, well, yeah, England and America, you could compare that equally, but you can't compare New Zealand and America.
And let's all be realistic, it's not going anywhere.
No, it's been around forever.
It's traveling around.
It's traveling
it
around.
It's going somewhere.
It's going all over.
It's just not
at least somebody's
the way we
traveling
want
this
to.
year.
That's right.
It will go
COVID has
away
seen the world.
with a vaccine and herd immunization.
So,
but both of those have to work together.
yes.
And then it will be less. You might still get it, but it's going to be nothing, or you might not get it at all. But that's the only way you're going to. It's here for
Here comes
life.
your new flu shot of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
It works just like the flu
Yeah.
bug. It's exactly the same thing.
But
Yeah.
deadlier.
But much deadlier.
Well, that's the problem, though. It's not.
Because it doesn't hit everybody the same way.
It doesn't hit everybody the same way, and that's the big problem. You could die, or you could be inconvenienced for 48 hours. It's just there's just no telling,
Yeah.
and that's the scariest thing about the whole deal.
Yeah. Is the not knowing.
Right.
Yeah. So we talked earlier that Elon Musk is now the richest man in the world. He surpassed Jeff Bezos. However, in 2012, he also signed what they call the Giving Pledge, promising to give at least half of his fortune to charity. So that's a lot of money. If he doesn't mess that up, that's going to be going to charity at some point.
That's why I changed my name to Charity.
Kind of like Warren Buffett, where he's only he has so much that he's giving his kids or whatever like that, and the rest is going to.
Same thing with Bill Gates. They're all a part of this. They all signed the Giving Pledge, I guess.
And we still get nothing.
And we still get nothing.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Maybe we should just form a charity. Just saying. Might be the way to go. And he's also chairman of the Musk Foundation, which
Well, that makes sense.
right? And its purpose of that is to provide solar power energy systems in disaster areas as well as other goals. So he does go around and give out those type of things. Although his help is not always necessarily wanted.
Yeah.
back when they did, it was the if you guys remember when, was it the soccer team or it was those kids that got stuck in Thailand and they were in a cave in the water and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I remember that.
But he wanted to
Yeah.
send like a submarine.
He
down there
wanted
or
it
something.
right, but
Yeah.
by the time he had his company. It was Tesla. He had to build this submarine, and they had like turned it around, figured out how to build it, built it all within like an 8-hour time span, and they sent it over there. But by the time they got there, like they had already gotten half the kids out, and so one of the divers by the
I
name
don't care.
of,
Keep it for later times.
right,
Yeah,
I know.
because now you have it.
Right, but and that's the thing is they turned it down. They were like, no, we don't need this. Like we're doing just fine. One of the divers called by the name of Vernon Unsworth. He kind of went on there and was like, we don't need this thing. We're not even sure. It's probably not even going to work. Like you pump this out in no time. What's to say? And Elon Musk took offense to that and was like, listen, pedo guy, my stuff works. Like,
Right.
And because he called him pedo guy on the internet, so it's there forever. Even once it was deleted.
What did he call him?
Pedo guy.
How's that spelled?
Pedo.
Pedo.
Pedo, same difference.
Geppetto.
Exactly.
Pedo. That's why he's getting in trouble, because he called him a pedo.
Well, and that was the thing is, and Elon Musk said it in South Africa. Listen, this is it's a term we use for anybody that's kind of really annoying.
Yeah.
But this guy sued him for defamation of character, and so he took him to court, and the courts basically said, it's really hasn't done anything against
Right.
you. So they
You're an unknown
decided-
person.
Yeah.
Your reputation is not tarnished.
Yeah, so they decided in Musk's favor.
If
But
you had not even made a big stink, no one probably would have even known.
no,
Nobody noticed.
no.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is he got on there and he like apologized to the guy to begin with, and somebody else ruffled his feathers and was like, "Do you even see this guy coming for me?" No. And then this guy was like, "Now I am."
Yeah.
But I got absolutely nowhere.
He Musk seems like the perfect combination of crazy and cool.
Elon Musk could change so much.
Yeah.
He is the Howard Hughes of this generation, is what I like to say.
Yeah, he's a little bit crazy.
Because he's slowly going crazy,
yeah.
and he just hasn't become the, like, what is it, the agoraphobe that Howard Hughes was.
Yeah.
So it hasn't officially kicked in yet. So
He's not
all the
pooping in
things that
jars
Elon
yet.
Musk could do could still happen. It's just a matter of him not going crazy before it happens.
Yeah. And he's
To which I was going to say, to which even some of his ideas that he had started, like if you're sitting there and what was it? His company that basically SpaceX is like moved on to, but it was called Mars Oasis. Like if you look at that and you're like, that's science fiction. That's crazy.
And
Right.
he's already said that he is going to be on that first flight to Mars.
Yeah.
So whenever that happens, Elon Musk is going to be off to Mars.
I heard he's bringing a bunch of potatoes.
I saw that movie. You can't. Yeah, nope.
That's
Thank
Ben
you, Matt
Affleck?
Damon.
That's why I made
Matt
that
Damon.
reference.
I said Ben Affleck was Matt.
Yeah,
Damon.
no, Matt Damon's the
Yeah.
better one out of the two.
It's a really good movie.
It is. I love that movie. It's a
Yeah.
fun movie.
It is a great movie.
I really enjoyed that movie. The Martian.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but in all honesty, that movie could have definitely been based off of his ideas. Because that's what the Mars Oasis, it's basically a miniature greenhouse
Yeah.
that he plans to be able to grow food and crops on Mars with. And you look at that and you're like, this guy is nuts. Like, he's absolutely, and then he puts things, like he, helps design Teslas and SpaceX.
We're going to eventually hit and live on Mars at some point, so why not now?
Will it be while we're still alive or later on?
I have no
I don't
idea.
know. But let's go for now.
I'm thinking I'll be way too old to ever take advantage of it.
I want to go. I want to reenact Total Recall.
There's nobody up there with 3 boobs.
I want to
That
go and
you
reenact
know
Total
of.
Recall. I'm really just going to be on the planet going... And not that Colin Farrell Total Recall either. No, the Arnold one.
Hot take, 3 boobs is too much.
It's 'cause
Unless you have 3 hands.
quite honestly, you're already just like, all right, do I go with this one? Do I go with this one? It's too much in your head already. Boobs getting guys' heads. Then you just go, and then you freeze.
There's nowhere to lay your head.
So then 3, you just go, well, I guess I'm motorboating that one.
But which 2
Yeah,
do you
you'd have to
motorboat?
pick a side.
Yeah, I know. So are you a left side or a right side? Because you're going to go in there and
That's-
motorboat and just hope you don't hit your hand too bad.
Yeah.
unless you play Hurricane and then just start on one side and go all the way to the other.
I'm El Nino.
That's Spanish for
the Nino. You know, I'm really glad we could reference a Chris Farley skit from 2000 or whatever it was.
God, I love Chris
And we're still, or whatever it was, like
Yes,
the first
like
El
late
Nino.
90s.
Yeah, the late
Yeah.
90s. And then Jim Brewer comes out as Ric Flair. Oh no, look at what's happening, El Nino. You can't stop El Nino.
Speaking of Jim Brewer, I was reading an article today, as a matter of fact, and they ranked every Saturday Night Live person from the worst to the best.
Was Robert Downey Jr. the worst?
He was the exact worst. And he's not the worst. In my opinion, he's not the worst Saturday Night
But
Live
I mean,
cast member.
we all know he's going to be
He's-
listed as the worst.
But Jim Brewer was way down the list. He was like 148 or 147 or
Did they
146.
only like watch Goat Band?
And he's definitely not the worst. He's not. Definitely doesn't belong
How many
that
cast
low.
members have there been? Just so I know, like, based upon this list.
I think 150.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Whoa, wait a minute. So what you're saying, he's only two better than Robert Downey Jr.?
Yeah, it was something like that. He was way down the list. I don't remember exactly what number he
I
fell
like
on.
Michael McKean, but he was not the best Saturday Night Live cast member.
Michael McKean was down there as well.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Yeah, she comes to mind.
I
It's one of
didn't.
the worst.
I didn't make it all the way to the top, but she wasn't. She was in the top 100 somewhere.
Ooh,
Ooh, she was not that good.
no.
No, I liked her on Saturday Night Live.
As long as David Spade was number one.
And the cast they have now ranked really low. And,
Adam Sandler should be number one. I
and
don't
they're,
care.
the
I
cast they
don't
have now is
Belushi.
decent. They're not bad.
Belushi was up the.
I'm-
Gilda Radner in my book would have been top 10.
I'm a big, like, early, mid-90s SNL
Yeah.
fan. Like, that cast right there was so
Yeah.
good.
I'm sure the top 20 were
Will
the Billy
Ferrell.
Crystal cast
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the
'Cause it goes in
original
waves.
cast.
We should have all just put Chevy Chase as 150.
He was good on SNL.
No, he was like 147.
For his, what, one season?
Yeah, but he was good on the show.
Weekend Update, so
He was
has
good on the
that.
show. He was funny on
Dennis
the show.
Miller, I'm sure, was in the bottom half.
Oh my goodness.
I made it up to about 70. So Dennis Miller was not there. He was higher than 70.
Wow.
Impressive.
Eddie Murphy will probably be up there.
I like Dennis Miller on there too.
John Lovitz is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Lovitz is good.
There's so many good SNL people. It's just hard to... That's a tough list.
Tina Fey.
that Billy Crystal, Christopher Guest, Rich Hall, Julia Louis-Dreyfus cast. I can't remember who else was on
Anthony
there.
Michael Hall.
No, he wasn't in that cast.
Why wasn't
But that's
he
my
at the
favorite
bottom?
Cast. He was in the bottom.
He
was.
should have probably been at the worst instead of Robert Downey Jr.
I don't know. It's
That whole season should have worked. I don't know why it didn't. They had,
because collaboration is not their middle name.
but that
Yeah.
talent pool they had. It was Robert Downey Jr., Anthony Michael Hall, Michael McKean, Joan Cusack.
Yeah. Yeah, but who you got for writing? That's the problem.
Yeah.
Joan Cusack's one-dimensional. She plays one character. And I like Joan Cusack.
But she's got comic timing.
Yeah.
She's got timing. She can, even though
I know. I'm just saying, though, like,
She's
her
not
range
diverse.
her range is very limited to me.
but she's funny. It should have worked.
JL.
Yeah, whoa.
I don't know what you mean.
The Queen Who Loves Lucy, Carol Burnett, and Gilda Radner has one impression.
Oh, and John Lovitz was in that cast too.
That's
Yeah.
that's the ticket.
And Dennis Miller was in that cast of Nora Dunn. But it didn't work.
No.
It didn't work. It should have worked.
We're just gonna name Phil Hartman number one. I'm just gonna keep changing my number one.
If you
Phil Hartman
if you
would be
played
up there.
fantasy Saturday Night Live and you wrote those names down, you would have thought you had a Super Bowl team.
Yeah. But it once again, it's they're fantastic as headliners, but collaboration wise,
Yeah.
There's been a lot of people who've been super successful and been on Saturday Night Live and bombed, like Sarah Silverman
Yes.
and Damon Wayans.
I love Damon Wayans.
Yeah, but on Saturday Night Live,
No,
Nothing.
in Living Color, Damon
Living
Wayans.
Color.
I could sit and watch
Yeah.
all day. Actually, I really love that
two
show.
snaps and around
yeah, but
the
he just
world.
couldn't do Saturday Night Live for some reason. It didn't work
Yeah.
for him.
In Living
Ben
Color.
Stiller was on Saturday Night
Man
Live.
on Books. Little women hated it. Little men. Ooh.
Yeah, but there's been tons and tons of really talented people that just couldn't do the
well,
show.
and two, I think it goes definitely in waves. If you look at it and you go, they'll have a run of like 2-3 years, sometimes 5 tops, and you're like, this is a fantastic cast. And then you start bringing in some of that new talent, and you're like, it still works. And then all of a sudden, like a main key player leaves, and you're just like, how did we go from like top to the bottom within a season?
Yeah.
Because if you look at, I mean, think about it.
Well, look at when Sandler left. There's the whole bit. Their last bit is them going and jumping into that polar bear pit, and it's like him, Farley, Spade, and I want to say there's one other person, and the only person left is Norm Macdonald, and nobody realized at the time that was going to be their last bit on Saturday Night Live.
Norm Macdonald was ranked really low.
I loved Norm Macdonald.
You want to talk about a one-note Sally? That is Norm Macdonald.
He is, but when he it's the right roles for him. Like him as Burt Reynolds on there, great. Him in Weekend Update, really good. Like he had his high notes. It was who was it? Weekend Update. I can't think of his name. Colin Quinn.
Yeah.
What can we name that Colin Quinn was really good at other than Weekend Update? Nothing.
Remote control.
Well, and that's the thing is a lot of...
Nobody knows that show.
That's the thing, though, is if you look at a lot of the Weekend Update people, for the most part, like a lot of them...
One-trick ponies.
Yeah, except
Kevin Nealon.
Yes, I was going to say, except for when they had like Tina Fey, Amy Poehler...
Dan Aykroyd.
I like Kevin Nealon more as
a
player than a Weekend Update guy.
Yeah.
I know, but I always look at him as Weekend Update because that's when I really started watching.
Yeah.
So for my age and when I started getting into SNL, he was my Weekend Update anchor.
I think Dennis Miller has been my favorite Weekend Update.
I like Dennis. Dennis Miller worked, and that's why when Dennis Miller got his own show on HBO and he pretty much did Weekend Update as a bit to start off, it worked perfectly.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Amy Poehler and...
Tina Fey.
No, the guy that replaced...
Jimmy Fallon.
He's got his own late night show, and I can't think of his name.
Jimmy Fallon.
Not Jimmy Fallon. Is it Seth?
Seth Meyers.
Seth Meyers?
Yeah. It was Amy Poehler and Seth Meyers. And
The one who
they
replaced
took over.
Tina Fey?
The one who replaced Jimmy Fallon. Seth Meyers replaced Jimmy Fallon.
Can we just all point out that Jimmy Fallon is essentially like all he wanted to do was be Adam Sandler throughout most of his career until he became like a host on Weekend Update?
Well, here's the thing.
I
once
like Jimmy
again,
Fallon.
Yeah,
I enjoy
but
Jimmy
he totally
Fallon.
wanted to be Adam Sandler for most of his SNL career.
But Jimmy Fallon, like, in all fairness, like a lot of his characters are all the same, and at some point he's going to crack up. He is not known for, but that's what makes it hilarious, is because of the fact that at some point he's just going to lose it on set.
Not all of you can be me and have your range of characters. It's okay.
I mean, he was fantastic. Who is he? Is he Andy Gibbs? He does great with when he does the
Barry
same
Gibbs.
ones. Barry Gibbs.
Barry freaking Gibbs.
Does it really matter which Gibbs brother he is?
Well,
that's the whole reason
Boston. Him and him and Rachel Dratch. I think
Rachel Dratch will forever be Debbie Downer.
Wah, wah.
Well, I think I'm going to have to cut this last bit out of the podcast and save it for when we visit the Saturday Night Live planet.
No, because we're just going to rehash it. Because guess what? Things don't change in space. We still get squirreled.
Yes.
That's right.
Speaking of being squirreled, we're
Yes.
about up at our hour. Do you got any other quick Elon Musk thing?
I'm gonna say, I
real
don't.
quick,
I just
cool
say I think
one?
we pretty much kind of.
I think you did all of them.
I know we talked about and he endorsed Kanye West as an independent campaign in the general election, and see, that's where we get. He might be a little crazy.
Yes, I tweet Elon Musk all the time and ask him for a job.
See,
he hasn't responded.
No, but you know what? Just keep it up. He might
respond.
He might respond.
I do the same thing to Vince McMahon.
I don't tweet. Yeah.
I know.
I don't.
We have you for the other media departments.
You TikTok.
I TikTok. Yeah.
Well, I guess we should probably just get going then. I gotta go.
Isn't that his catchphrase?
No, I want to see what these sleeping quarters are like, and I'm afraid I'm gonna go down the wrong hallway. So, can somebody walk with me so I can walk and talk with them?
Am I wrong? Is that wrong?
No, it's not
completely
wrong.
Right.
That's why I'm like, I might get lost and make the wrong turn on the walk and talk hallway instead.
Yeah. If you notice, some of the newer sci-fi shows, all their ships are a lot smaller.
Yes.
Yes, so we don't have the long hallways to
Thank
walk and talk
you,
in.
Firefly, for that. It's my favorite space show. I don't care.
I've heard rumors that may be coming back.
Yeah, Joss Whedon got canceled. I'm not believing it.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the cancel culture's turning around, though. We'll see. This latest cancel has not gone like they thought it would go.
What, the Joss Whedon one?
No, the Gina Carrano. Carano.
They were looking for any reason to get rid of her.
Yeah, but people are starting to... I'm not taking any sides on this. I'm just saying that people are starting to go...
Not saying she's not crazy in how she did some of the things, but I do like the fact that she was trolling in a way to start off.
Yeah.
But if she would have just... she needed to know when to shut up.
Yes.
And she didn't. So it's justified for what happened. I'm not going to question it in any way. If she would have known when to shut up, nobody'd be saying anything.
Right. When you start getting in trouble, maybe you should back off.
Yeah.
But that's a conversation for another day. All right. Well, we got to get out of the Holodeck podcast room. I am Christopher DeVos.
I'm Sabrina Pierre.
Jail Tropes!
Stay fresh, cheese bags.
Get you on the flippity flop!
Gone.
Bye! Man.
Not all conversations or events are 100% accurate. As if you didn't figure that out already. Some things are changed or added, or even deleted for the sake of attempted comedy. All sources are never verified, and all information is subject to being slightly sketchy. In other words, we are just having some fun. Thank you for listening.
This has been a transmission of the Podfix Network. For more about this show and other great Podfix programs, go to podfixnetwork.com.
Hi, I'm Austin Rude.
And I'm Phil Rude, and we host The Picture Show with Austin and Phil Rude.
Clever name. Each week we watch a movie and bring our discussion to the mics.
You can hear my opinions and Austin's wrong opinions about everything we watch.
No, you're the wrong one.
Get out.
The Picture Show with Austin and Phil Rude. Download it wherever you get your podcasts.